I just want to invest in people that really want to be the best that they can be.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Be Your Best podcast. You are a past client or maybe a future past client of Summit Funding receiving this from your loan officer. And I have got my fellow leader and peer here, Mr. Jimmy Reed. And we are here to talk to you today about something that is all over the media and it's getting talked about more and more and more. And it's a little uncomfortable, if I'm being honest. People don't like to talk about it. And that is consumer debt is back to record highs across the United States. And if I'm being honest, Jimmy, just saying that out loud makes me worried about you. And I've been loan officers for years. It makes me worried about my past clients. It makes me concerned about our future generations, but just our everyday households and how they tackle that. So jump in with me.
Okay, so the reason we thought about this topic and it brought some nightmares for me. But you're watching the news. They're talking about credit card debt going up nationwide, and it also didn't make sense, right? A bunch of us who own homes refinanced a few years back to something around 3%, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but something crazy low. And on this date, August 28th, we're at a 21-year high for interest rates for mortgages. So people can't just go throw a cash out refi on their house right now without it stinging. In other words, the payment is significant. And so that those balances are creeping up on people. And it just made me want to cover it because the same thing happened to me. And it was a very big, painful learning experience. So I thought I would just share my story and then maybe talk about a couple of tactics that you might do that can help you. But I don't have a magic solution. I don't have a special line of credit that has a crazy low interest rate that's going to make your payments. I don't have none of that for you. So I am sorry, but I don't. What I have is real life experience and a system, and hopefully if you choose, it can help you a little bit. But my experience was I got credit cards when I got out of college. They were super small limits, $500, $1,000, $1,500 limits. Got a couple of them, racked them all up to the max. Then I had this brilliant idea. I would go get a new card with a higher loan limit, and I would pay them all off except one, and never use them again, and then slowly pay off the big balance. I did it 5 times. And then all those other ones rack up again, did it again. Then I was making around $45,000 a year, and I had about $17,000 in credit card debt, and there was no hope. I was hopeless. And I had to call my father. My father's 6'3", 245, barrel-chested with hands bigger than a baseball glove. Okay? Big man. Scary man, loving man, unbelievable dad. But
love comes with tough love and accountability, right?
You got someone that you're just going to ha, 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 and everything's going to be okay, right?
And I get a loan.
Yeah. So I borrowed $17,000 from him. I moved into a smaller apartment. I actually rented a room from our boss. We were buddies. I rented a room from him. And I borrowed his suits from when he used to work for dress clothes. And if you know anybody who was around back then, they'll tell you they used to make fun of me for what I wore as work for about the first 5 years of my career.
I would have liked to have seen it.
Wow. So I forgot about that. So every first of the month, my dad would call me at 7 a.m. and say, I haven't been to the mailbox yet. Am I going to be happy or am I going to be mad? So, but it taught me the biggest lesson. So I knew I never wanted to get that way again. So it was the best parenting I ever got. But after that, I learned from another mentor of mine that people get in credit card debt. Like some of you who've never had it happen, bully for you. Most of us had to learn the hard way.
Yes.
And the system that I was taught is, look, you have to cut expenses in your house. Step number 1, have to cut expenses. I'm not talking about the credit card yet. You got to turn off the cable TV or lessen the number of apps you pay monthly for. You've got to lessen everything. You got to cut everything a little bit. Second thing you got to do is...
Is it fair to say for a second, Jimmy, step 1 of that is taking out all your credit card statements, whether it's 1 or 5 or whatever it is, and looking at them, whether it's on an app or not.
Step 2, you say it. Yes, this is step 2. Go ahead, run with it. That's the next thing.
You have to be able... It's like literally never getting on the scale. We use this a lot, but getting on the scale but wanting to lose weight, right? Like at some point you have to know I know for me, that's been a big aha. And I've been guilty of not doing the review. And then you do the review and it's like, did we go out to eat 3 nights in a row? I don't remember the first of the month. So I didn't realize we were already over our goal for the month or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Like and so looking is uncomfortable and empowering at the same time. And generally those two words go hand in hand. Go ahead.
Totally
Sorry,
agree.
I skipped a
But
step.
no,
Jim.
you're right. So the next step after you look at cutting expenses at your house is lay down all your credit cards, statements, and put them on the table with the highest balance on this side going down. And look at what you charged all of them, and what the balances are, what the payments are. Just look at it, and then make a list. And then you cut down your expenses at your house. You make the minimum payment on every single one except the one with the lowest balance. And everything that you can possibly pay on it that month, you pay on it until it's gone. And then you work yourself up. And the saying I was taught is it took a long time to get into debt. It's going to take a long time to get out. There's not a 3-month solution. But if you change your life and you master those things, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. Imagine how much money you can save per month once you're not paying those things off.
You know,
That's what got me excited. Like, imagine what I'm going to be able to save once I stop paying my old man $1,000 a month. Right? Then I'm saving $12,000 a year.
yes.
And it's getting interest. And then I'm making more money. And I've learned not to charge credit cards. Sometimes you got to go through that pain. But we wanted to do this, a quick message to you guys to say, hey, it's happening. If it's happening to you, we wanted to give you a tactic. If it's not happening to you, that's awesome. Make sure it doesn't. Because people are letting it happen right now as incomes are going down, gas prices and food prices are going up. It's just kind of happening to people. And I don't think everybody's like wide awake aware about it yet. So really, we just wanted to make people aware, hey, this stuff's happening. Protect yourself.
And there might be, you guys, first of all, you know, money is, again, it's a tool. Having bills, wanting things, none of it makes any of us good or bad people. There's not anything guilt or shame. It's simply skills. And I didn't come into my 20s and 30s with the right skills around money. And I will tell you, much like you, Jimmy, I went through some major pain. I was worse than you with young children at home. My husband and I were in $60,000 worth of credit card debt. That's the truth.
Goodness.
And without declaring bankruptcy, we worked our way out of it. But the system that you just explained, that was exactly what we did. We looked at interest rate and balance. And super candidly, the owner of our company, Todd Scrima, helped guide me and coach me through the entire thing. And little by little by little, when I saw no light whatsoever at the end of the tunnel, pretty soon I saw a little bit of light. And then that light got brighter. And I think one of the things that in a way is good, it might benefit you to do a cash out refinance right now. But even if you did, talk to your loan officer, get good sound advice from somebody that you know, like, and trust so that you're getting the right information. So there's a lot of noise out there and there's a lot of opportunists, if you will, that are maybe not going to give you the right guidance. When you're talking to them, if you take that route, and I say this from just perspective, sometimes that can feel like an easy way out, and then you didn't necessarily learn the tools to not let it happen again because your equity saved you. Make sure that you learn that lesson even in touching your equity for the higher interest rate so that all of us can get just more, when we're more fiscally responsible in general. Is it fair to say there's more peace in your life, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah.
A lot more peace.
Money doesn't make you happy. Money doesn't make you happy, but it gives you more choices.
And Summit Funding, at the end of the day, here's one of the taglines that we truly believe in. We get you into debt in owning a home. Then our goal is to help give you the tools and the resources needed to get you back out of debt for when you retire. That is our goal, so that we are adding value back into your life. So thank you for being a past client of Summit Funding. Thank you for listening. If you yourself don't have this problem, maybe share it. Share it with some friends and family and those things. See if we can help them. And ultimately, you can be part of the Summit Funding family as well. We'll see you guys soon.